All right, all right. I'm here. As you can see, you know what the video's for. Should I turn the music up? Let me check. Gotta check my audio. Okay, music should be good right here. Should be. All right. So, like every chapter, I'm starting this one a little late. I usually start streaming this shit like at 1 o'clock, so I'm like 6 hours late, right? 5 hours late. Inside, not too big of a deal. I'm usually like 1 or 12 or something. But anyway, this chapter, like the other chapters, sometimes I might hear a couple things. So now I went the whole week without really hearing anything. But then like a couple days after I made my last video, like 2 days or a day after, I heard some spoilers. But at least I squeezed my video out. And hey, listen, I was right, and a lot of people was right because I said things a lot of other people said, and other people said things I said. And, we all kind of get the same ideas. A lot of people. Well, I'm not gonna say it yet, but I heard two things. I'll mention it later. That I heard that I thought would happen. I hope would happen, and they've happened. It's like Rox turning into a demon in the first place. I was hoping that would happen. I think everybody wanted Rox to get domain reversate, even though you kind of don't want him to at the same time. But anyway, let me start with the chapter, okay? It's enough talking. So One Piece, chapter 1164. It's called Davy Blood this time. I guess we're gonna learn a little bit more about Davy Jones. I didn't see anything like that in the spoiler. But okay, we got Perona chasing a rabbit that looks like Mihawk, and he's holding a stopwatch. It was a requested cover. Okay, I didn't know they did that. Might request a cover, man. Nah, that's never gonna work. A Japanese reader requested it. Okay, let's go on. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. So first page, we start off basically with the last chapter ended. Rocks in the air, getting stabbed still. He's screaming actually now. I guess the Domi Reverse hurts, right? So they're like, it's Whitebeard, Big Mom, and Roger standing down there. They said, "What is it, Rocks?" Roger said that our attacks do nothing to that spider. Garp is just staring. Hey, Whitebeard, young Whitebeard, bro. He looks like his chin is still big as hell. He got the same beard. Like, I need to know. Oda needs to tell us, why does his facial hair look like that? Like, is that a real beard? Like, I mean, it has to be, but like, why does his beard look like that? I never understood that. I used to think Whitebeard had tusks. I don't know. But anyway, Big Mom said, "What's going on here?" Okay, yeah, Emu is just like his body is crackling. Oh no, he has Conqueror's Haki shooting all through rocks. He says, "Persistent thou art." He said, "Don't downplay the power of humanity, monster." Okay. Oh, he's demonified, but he's still talking too. Okay, yeah. This is like, wait, hold on. I gotta put the logo there. I do not want to get copyright. I just remembered. I almost fucked that up, right? Yeah, there you go. I completely forgot. That would not have been good. Okay, listen. So we got Rocks. He said Davy Jones was once the king of the world. He's not playing around. Silence. He was never king. Not for an instant. The grievance between Moo and Davy has nothing to do with it. Oh, see, listen. The grievance between Moo and Davy? That's literally him talking about all the way in the past, whatever it is that started, whether or not Davy Jones, Emu, and Joy Boy or Nika, whether or not they all three knew each other and they had like some sort of split in ideals, or, you know, they started seeing things different about how to go about, you know, living in this world. And then that's what he's talking about directly. He's literally talking about, you know, back in the past, we had some problems. It has nothing to do with you, even though it's been getting passed down, right? That's what he's saying. Okay, so why are you so panicked over something as trivial as the name Davy? The Davy name. It's kept you terrified for years, hasn't it? The thought that Davy's will might be passed down and one day come for you to fulfill the promise. You see Eris and Teach running? Okay. And bring an end to the dream of Davy. Wait, well, no, my bad. I just skipped ahead crazy. I was about to say that didn't make any sense. Okay. He said, what's more frightening to you, Davy Jones or Joy Boy? He said, cease thy dreaming. Their kind will never be seen again once I have eradicated thee. I have found excellent soldiers to serve Moo, Davy, gigantic, harmless, and conflicted. What? The giants, you fool. Don't mess with Harold. They only want peace. Well, he's trying to make the giants serve him. Of course, we already know that. But I didn't think, you know what, that's kind of crazy that, you know, I guess that kind of highlights the fact that Emu really does, like, know everything that's going on. And Emu really is in control of the world government, because we know Harold was directly working with, like, just different higher-ups in the Navy and the government. I never directly thought that Emu wanted the giants too. I mean, I knew he wanted giants, but like, I didn't think he had anything to do with the plans of Harold, you know, kind of interacting with the Marines and the Navy and all that. But, you know, it's obvious. Of course he knows. He probably, like, is sending the orders down through the chain with the Gorosei. Has the Gorosei tell one of the admirals, like, what to say, what they're doing, you know, what type of deal they're going to make with the giants and all that. So it makes sense. Makes sense. He said, don't mess with Harold. They only want peace. He said, indeed, a golden opportunity. Such a willing puppet of a king will never come along twice. He said, no, just like thee, in fact now, stop wasting time and bring an end to the dream of Davy. So he's about to make rocks kill his family. And they're all like, okay, he dropped rocks out the sky. He dropped them out the sky. Boom, he hit the ground. Big Mom said, huh, rocks? She said, what did you do? He said, what did you do? Wait, what? Hold on, I'm reading crazy. She said, what did it do to you? What happened up there, rocks? He said, damn it, I'm going to disappear. I guess he's losing consciousness, you know, he's fading away. He's turning into a demon. Emu said, end Davy by thy own hand. He's ordering him. He's talking in his head. He said, now erase all life that was involved with God Valley. Big Mom said, huh, did you get bigger? He is bigger. And his cape looks like it's on fire, like it's made out of darkness or some shit. He said, all of you, move it. There is blood that must be erased from history. And he hopped up, punched Kaido in the head. Kaido said, yow. He's screaming like Tom off Tom and Jerry or some shit. He said, hey, Rocks, what are you? Huh? And he getting swung. Oh, shit. Yep. He got it. Oh, my God. Whoa. Okay. He just pushed Kaido's fucking head into a rock with one hand. Big Mom like, Kaido. And he's just unconscious. The damn Rocks. You were turning on your own people? And she coming up, okay. So Big Mom thought they was, you're supposed to be allies, man. No. And we comrades, man. And he kicked Big Mom, kicked the shit out of her. Boom. She flying. Went past Whitebeard. Okay, Whitebeard, hold on. What's Whitebeard gonna do? Hold on. Hold on, wait. That's Whitebeard, man. That's Whitebeard. Shirohige, man. It said, is that all we are to you, rocks? Impediments. He said, yes. Swung at him, they clashed. Boom. Haki, he's not even using his fucking, what is that called? The spear, the Naginata. He's not even using it, bro. Like, bro, they're clashing with rocks, the saber of Zebek. It's probably not what it's called, but he's clashing with Zebek's saber. And straight up, the crackle air breaking fruit, like whatever the hell his fruit was called, right? Was it the crackle, whatever hell? The air pressure, no me. They're clashing with Whitebeard's devil fruit. Like his bare hand, it might not even, it might not even be his devil fruit. Let's think about that for a second. When Whitebeard uses his devil fruit, it looks a certain way. So let's analyze. Oh wait, no. You can see the cracks, okay? You can see the cracks forming in the Haki. So he is, for a fact, using his devil fruit to clash with Zebek. We got Zebek demoned up. Okay, they looking face to face, clashing. The mountain shattered. Oh shit. Okay, the mountain exploded. The left side of the mountain. So, I wondered. I really wondered. I was wondering, like, yo, will the peaks of the God Valley be destroyed eventually? Like, because I know a lot of people said, oh, God Valley might still be alive. And my only, like, logical explanation for that would be, if God Valley is still around today, that would have to mean the peaks got destroyed during this fucking event. And it's looking like one of them already did. The second one might get destroyed when Garp inevitably fights Rocks 2. Let's see. So he just knocked, I guess he got Whitebeard out the way. He clashed with him, Whitebeard's done, because Rocks is running, okay? Rocks, he started moving again. He's out. He's gone. We see Teach and Eris running through the forest. There's a lot going on, okay? All battleships along the northeast shore. Withdraw and keep your distance. Northeast shore, okay? All, the Marines, they sent out a fucking message to all the Marines. Like, that fucking mountain fell. Everybody saw that shit. They run for your lives. The mountain's falling. Northeast shore, they said, that was dangerous. Who should we punish for allowing this to happen? One of the celestial dragons. Okay, they all running. He said, quickly leave this way, everyone. Don't you dare leave without us, or we'll have you all put to death. Hurry, my lords. So they escorting the celestial dragons onto the ships. They trying to get the fuck out of here, okay? They don't want to stay there no more. Of course not, right? Southwest part of the island. Hurry up, Rayleigh. This island is doomed. Roger better be all right in there. He's running with Shaggy, okay? They trying to get their treasure, okay? A lot of chests. Uh-oh, wait. This dude right here is holding a chest. And above his head, inside the chest, you see Z. A bunch of Z's. That means there's a little baby Shanks inside that chest, asleep already. Yeah, let me put it on the right side so y'all can see it through the copyright thing, right? You see that chest right here with the Z's on it on the left? Bruh, baby Shanks is in that chest. I don't know who's holding that shit. I don't know who grabbed it. It doesn't even matter. It's one of the Roger pirates, okay? So baby Shanks is already being set up to get put inside the chest. I feel like God Valley is, like they're saying right now, it's doomed. It's about to be over soon, right? We already seen Whitebeard clash and break down one half of the mountain. That shit's falling, okay? So God Valley is about to be no more soon. Yeah, everybody's leaving. Treasure. Can you believe how much there is? Whoa, it's the dead end. It said make it snappy, all right. I guess they're receiving the orders from Roger. Over to Snell. Then we got Dragon, lamenting in turmoil, in distress, regret. He said, damn it, I can't even save a single baby. Where did he go? And then we got Ivankov and Kuma. He said, you have to stop, Kuma. If you keep going, you'll put us all in danger. And they're saying, Kumachi. And he's just breathing all heavy. He said, nah, there still might be lives I can save. He's breathing all heavy. He's running. He's walking. He sees somebody through the forest, okay? Who is that? I don't know who the fuck he sees. It's a little shadow back there, okay? And then we got Captain John. So, listen, honestly, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Listen, Captain John, I was hoping for the best of him, but after I saw that he had Captain Useless Mid's Devil Fruit, I was like, hold on. Captain John might not be anywhere near that boy at all. So, like, we need to see what's happening with him, right? The first thing we seen, he gets a booger flicked at him after he uses the magnet fruit. And I thought the booger killed him. I'm going to keep it real. Like, I thought the booger killed him. And then that would mean God Valley really is Thriller Bark. Okay? That's what that would mean. Because if he died right here, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I think my point in saying that is, I think Captain John is fucking useless, okay? He seems like a joke. I thought he'd be stronger. But anyway, he got fucking taken out by a booger, dude. Come on. What do you want me to say? But he said, curse his stupid Ganzui. Okay, and then we got, I think that's the Ganzui. He says, Shiki, is there even any escape off this island? I guess Shiki betrayed him too. He said, gee, ha ha ha, you thought you can get the best of me? And he's flying off with the chest, okay? I don't know why he's flying so low to the ground. Maybe Oda has like kind of retconned his devil fruit. We're gonna have to find out. Can he fly in the air freely? Like, you know, some Doflamingo Gear Fifth, you know, sort of shit. I don't know, because he's flying real low to the ground. I would have been flying in the air. I would have got off the island. He could have just flew off the island, you know, realistically. But they said all forces to the shore. We need stretchers. I can't get there. The woods are on fire. Yeah, there's no way. So the people who are dying can't even get saved. Nobody can get to them. Okay, that's crazy. And here it is. Zebek chopping down the forest with his bare hands, ripping the trees apart to get to his wife and kid. Terrible. Tragic. When Eris turned around, she sees him. She says, Zebek, you look just like, I don't know who she was going to say. Maybe, you know, the rest of the family, right? The rest of the Davies. Breathing shit. She said, oh, so you lost then. I'm sorry, dear. You had to face off in order to save us, but it was too early, wasn't it? Oh, Teach. She's hugging Teach. Teach is just a little ugly dude. I see him. Little ugly baby dude. She said, we'll jump into the sea. We just have to swim, whatever it takes to keep the Davy blood alive. You have to survive no matter what it takes. I think she's talking to Teach now. You have to survive no matter what it takes. Okay, and then we got the Marines. Oh shit, the Marines, yo, they were waiting. They say, yo, anybody tries to run off the island, you bombard them with cannonballs. And then I guess if they jump in the water, they're gonna lean over the ships and shoot the rifles into the water to kill them, right? The Marines are ruthless, apparently. They're pretty ruthless. So they already had the ship planned out. They got people waiting at the shores like it's a buster call, but they're not blowing the island up. See, that's what's so strong about the navies. They got manpower and they be planning shit and be cutthroat. It's like they could have been shooting the island already. They could have buster called God Valley. Maybe the mountains would have protected people. That's the only thing I could think of. If you got buster called at God Valley, if you hid inside the mountains, you'd be fine, I guess. There's no way. I mean, maybe if they shot the shit all day, they could blow the whole mountain up, right? But they probably wouldn't have enough. Who knows? Anyway, Rox picks his sword up. He's swinging at the back of Eris's head. Oh no. Cannonballs are firing off. Oh no. Eris said, oh no. She's looking at the cannonballs. They're flying at him. Her and Teach, they're about to get fucked up. And who pops up? It's Kuma. It's baby Kuma. Kuma saved the day. They're gone. They disappeared. Poof. Poof. So he poofed away Teach and Eris. I don't know if it's individually or together, but he did it. What's two poofs went off, and then right before he gets swung at by the saber of Zebek, he poofs himself away. Boom, he's gone. I guess he went back to Ivankov and the rest, right? Or maybe he sent Ivankov and them off before. And wait, hold on, I need to go back real quick. Was he looking at Dragon? I think Dragon is in the same spot, bro. I think Dragon is in the same spot. So he might have already got poofed off the island too, you know? My God. Continue, Davy. Snuff out every light of life left on the island. Okay, he's trying to make him kill everybody now after he thinks he killed his family in a big ass explosion of what will be his sword striking the ground and the cannonballs. So he thinks he just killed his family because, like, obviously they're at the edge of the island, right? They're at the edge of the island and the explosion went off and they're gone. So why would he really think that they're still there? Or why would Emu think that they're still there if this is what he saw? And it's the edge of the island, right? And he doesn't know somebody has a devil fruit to make people disappear. I doubt they know about all the devil fruits, right? So, yeah. Okay. Boom, the fight is starting back up. He said, wipe out the rest of the people left on the island. Hurry up, Vice Admiral Garp. There's no time. He said, no, you hurry. Damn, Garp just telling people, no, you hurry. How many are still on the island? Okay, then we got Roger and his crew. They said, where are you now, Roger? He said, I'm fine. Once everyone's on the ship, let me know. Got that. And they said, stop it, Rocks. Rocks? Why does he look like that? And he's just stomping through the island, killing all of his random crew members. Boom. Killing people. Oh, shit. And he's just releasing Conqueror's hockey everywhere he goes. Like, I think Emu is not Emu. Oda is letting us know this. Because every time we see him, it's just like, we hear like the zapping. It's like a zap, zit, that sound effect. And we see black lightning around him. So he's just emitting black Conqueror's hockey every time he attacks. Okay. So we got Garp, Roger. They both taking a deep breath. Get out here, Rocks. And then Emu said, Davy. Because I guess Rocks resisted Emu to listen to the call. He pulled up. It's Garp. It's Roger. He said, look at what a mess you are. Can't let you go after my crew. Roger. Garp. They can hear him in their heads. Oh shit, that's the little D. That's the voice of all things and shit, right? He said, what's that voice? Help me. Why do you look like that? Please just kill me. He's begging. He's begging. Yeah, okay. He's begging. And then, oh shit, nah. Okay, yeah, listen. This is the fight, man. Fight. This is what we've all been waiting for. Holy shit. Listen. That's the end of the chapter too. I'm gonna have to like let me speed the process up, okay? I'm gonna hurry up and take my screenshots, okay? I'm gonna take my post chapter screenshots so I can do what I do every stream. And I'm gonna talk about the entire chapter live, and I'll make a video out of me talking about it, okay? I'll upload that video to YouTube. Let me take these screenshots real quick and kind of like think about what the hell I'm gonna talk first, because this chapter is crazy too. Every chapter that we've been getting so far, dealing with this entire, like, you almost forget how the flashback started, but this all started with Loki and Gabon telling Luffy and their crew, like, hold on, before you leave, let me tell y'all a little story. So this means that not also are they just telling them the story about how their father got killed, but knowing all of this was relevant to understand why and how King Harold got killed. Meaning, Emu did it literally. We're gonna find out that Emu did that shit directly. I don't know how. Emu probably killed him directly, right? At some point during their meetings, Emu could have placed a seal on him or some shit. What if Emu put like a magic circle on King Harold at one point? Or what if he let him do it or something? Like, oh yeah, you're gonna need to take this, like, something like, well, you know, something like that. So what if he can just Domi reverse Harold whenever he wanted to this whole time? I don't know, like, I'm speculating at this point, but I think that we spiraled out into an entire flashback dealing with Emu and God Valley, because, like I'm saying, I still think Harold is gonna pull up. I still think Harold is pulling up God Valley. He's still gonna pull up, I think. And I still think that he gets Domi Reversate. That's how he dies, right? And getting Domi Reversate might not mean you're actually dead. You might be alive, okay? But that's speculation at this point. Let me hurry up and take these screenshots. I will take a couple more screenshots and then talk about this chapter. What else? Oh yeah, Whitebeard, right? Since I'm looking at Whitebeard right now, I thought he would put up a bigger fight. I mean, I understand why he didn't. Like, this ain't like the strongest Whitebeard, right? This is not the strongest Whitebeard. And Rocks just got turned into a fucking demon, so I understand why, but I still thought he would put up a big fight. At least be in the top 3, right? Okay, a few more shots. My bad. A few more. Hold on, a few more screenshots, man. Hold on. Hold on. We're almost done. Screenshots. This chapter has a lot more screenshots than I usually take. A lot going on. I need to make sure I don't miss anything to talk about when I talk about this shit in a second. See, doing this live, this is the slowest part. The live stream, but hey, it's okay. A few screenshots, and I'm ready to talk about this chapter. It makes so much more sense. Like, I mean, stuff already made sense, but just putting this in perspective, like between how Garp and Roger knew each other, and how like later on it really seemed like they were really, really friends. This is why. This like, bro, fuck this, bro. Let's just stop the fighting, bro. Like, the world is crazy out here. Like, There's something bigger than both of us out here. Like, this doesn't even matter. I just so happen to be on the Marines at this point. You so happen to be a pirate. Well, let's just chill out, bro. Like, I'm done. I feel like that's how that shit went too. Now, let's pull up the screenshots. Okay, yes. I took all of my screenshots. Bear with me for like a few more seconds. Okay, I got you. I'm gonna see full screen any second now. I'm gonna show you the full screen, and I'm gonna talk about this chapter with the full screen up. Okay, and you know, okay, that took a little minute, but it's okay. This is how it goes. So, I just got done reading chapter 1146. That shit was crazy. I think every chapter like is gonna be crazy. I hear everybody say every new chapter that comes out is the best chapter in One Piece history. It's like, okay, that's gonna keep happening, right? So I guess One Piece has been on the streak. That's all that means. But anyway, so we start the chapter off, obviously, where the last one left off. Rocks getting Dome Reversate, and some of the strongest people in history witnessing this feat, okay? Yeah, I know people are still gonna like question the whole, you know, how come none of them have ever mentioned or showed any signs of knowing this information since we've been seeing the story? That's what a lot of people have been saying and kind of bringing back into question. But if you keep in mind that they all knew a general truth or general secrets about the world government, we didn't know what secrets and truth they knew. They knew something. You know, Kaido was building an army. Big Mom was trying to have the power basically of every race as her family. You know, Roger and Garp, they kind of like, you know, Roger gave himself up. He already knew about the world. He found the One Piece. Garp, we already know how dissatisfied he is with the world government already. So if you just think about those surface level things, it kind of makes sense. We don't need it to be any deeper. It would be nice if we knew a little bit more. If we heard Garp talk to Roger about this shit one day, like after all of this, like maybe when he had Ace and all that, you know. But anyway, this statement that Zebek made is crazy. Now I know a lot of people instantly are gonna probably think that Davy Jones is like he was Joy Boy or something, and that means that he was the king of the kingdom of science and all that, and the ancient kingdom and whatnot. I don't know what this can mean, honestly. I'll speculate and theorize on this later, but I was not expecting him to say this. And this made Emu mad. So if this is making Emu mad, this is obviously true to some extent, like, right? It has a lot of truth to it. The same way how they're trying to flip around the whole Joy Boy thing, like, you know, the D clan are devils and they're fighting God. I'm God. That's not the truth. He's flipping all that around. So we know if he's trying to flip the whole fact that Davy Jones was king around, we know the opposite had to be true. And then when he said this right here, the grievance between Mu and Davy has nothing to do with you, nothing to do with thee. I feel like he's hinting at something bigger here that we're obviously going to get the answer to, okay? the whole idea that the people who oppose God and this cycle has been going on. There's always been somebody in the shadow of Nika or the shadow of Davy, the shadow of Joy Boy, these sort of people or this clan, this will that's being passed down. There's always somebody who's going to pop up to oppose the world, to oppose Emu. That's what he's talking about, but we still don't have the bigger picture. Him talking about Davy specifically and him, having a grievance between Davy, that's not exactly a surprise, but this is kind of a new point that he's harping on. Before it was just, Emu, no, it wasn't Emu, my bad. He was just saying Joy Boy, oh, Joy Boy, Joy Boy. Nika, I hate him. I'm scared of Nika, right? Now he's mentioning Davy. The big question is going to be what place Davy has in his history. Was he Joy Boy's friend? Was he another rival? Was there three people who contested against each other? Was Joy Boy and Davy, were they enemies too? We don't know that. I feel like Davy could have been on Joy Boy's crew. If Joy Boy was the first pirate, I feel like Davy Jones obviously was a pirate too, and he would have to be a pirate after Joy Boy. Maybe he was his best friend. He became an opposing pirate, like how Ace didn't want to join Luffy's crew, right? If you think about it like that, Ace didn't want to join Luffy's crew. Luffy didn't want to join Ace's crew. Same thing with Sabo. They had the idea of making their own crews and being their own pirates in their own person, right? So I feel like that kind of reflects that right there. Like Davy and Joy Boy. If Joy Boy was the first pirate and Davy was a pirate also, it's probably a strong possibility that he was not on his crew. He could have been, his friend or somebody who just like got inspired by Joy Boy also, right? But anyway, the promise. I think the promise is directly connected to the whole Fishman Island promise too. I think it's kind of the same shit. I think these clans in the past and these people, they had an idea, they had a promise to, take down Emu, to stop Emu. Maybe it's to save Emu, right? Maybe their promise is to save Emu. But it's been twisted over time, and now it's become the idea to stop Emu, to stop him and save the world, basically, right? Hey, maybe it's some twist like that. Maybe Emu didn't want to become this, and Davy Jones and Joy Boy promised to save him one day and free him from this darkness or some shit. I don't know. I'm going too far off the deep end. Let me stop. Anyway, Emu mentions how he found the giants and their excellent soldiers to serve him, right? Now, this kind of made me think of the fact that he probably has a lot of giants frozen in ice. And then, right now in the Navy, there are a lot of giants working for them. Well, not a lot, but there are a couple of giants in the Navy already, right? But I feel like Oda, over time, obviously he never thought of Emu and his Herald conflict. I mean, I can't say that for sure, right? Hold on, let me rewind that. I don't know how long Oda has had the idea of Herald and Emu and Herald trying to deal with the world government in the past and making deals with them. I don't know how long he's had that idea in his head, but he might have to explain how come after Herald died, this whole time, Emu hasn't tried to make a move on the island of giants until now. Like, why has he waited this entire time? Coincidentally, when Luffy and his crew get to the island, why has he waited this whole time? That's going to have to be a question or some sort of thing he puts into perspective. Maybe Emu didn't care anymore, right? It could be something as simple as that, but he has to give us some sort of a reason to make that make a little bit more sense. Because with the overwhelming power that he has, and, albeit we don't expect Emu himself to leave the throne room, right? A lot of people think that he's bound and stuck in that room. But whichever it is, he doesn't leave. So he wouldn't even have to leave his house to make all of Elbaf get subjugated, right? He's not doing it now. He sent the God's Knights. So how come this whole time he hasn't just done that before? That's kind of a big question, okay? It's a little weird, but it's not like breaking the story or anything. It's just it's kind of a big question though. Like, why does he care all of a sudden, right? As soon as Luffy gets Nika, and then he doesn't even know that Luffy came here. It was a coincidence. So yeah, it's kind of weird. But he sends Harold out to kill his family. As we know, that's going to happen. But before he does that, he encounters his crew and Roger and the rest of them. He goes straight through Whitebeard, Kaido. Pretty easy. Big Mom. Well, I guess he went through Big Mom and Kaido easier than Whitebeard, right? Whitebeard and him actually had a giant hockey clash. And they broke one half of the island, the God Valley Island, okay? And this leads directly into another theory. Because I know before God Valley really started, a lot of people have had a lot of theories about God Valley still being around, and it didn't really get destroyed like Lelucia or any of the other places like this. God Valley is not a hole. It's not a hole in the middle of the ocean, okay? It's an island that still exists. That was a theory. A lot of people think that God Valley is Thriller Bark, okay? Because a lot of people who died and who are at God Valley are also at Thriller Bark. And I also seen like a theory, somebody compared one of the buildings to a building that was in Thriller Bark, but that's kind of a stretch. We don't know. It looks similar, but you can't really say that for sure, right? But my biggest question was like, okay, if God Valley is destroyed and it looks different today, it would have to get destroyed during the events of God Valley, the God Valley incident. And we're seeing it right now. It's getting destroyed. So I'm expecting the second pillar to get destroyed on the right side when Roger and Garp fight rocks. That's when I'm expecting that shit to happen. And if that happens, that might give more credence. It might, might make the theory, the idea that God Valley is still around. It's gonna make it make more sense. It might not even be Thriller Bark. It could be somewhere else. It could look like we have to see how it looks when both of the mountains fall. That'll probably determine whether or not it's Thriller Bark or wherever. Punk Hazard, who knows, right? Whatever. But anyway, everybody's trying to get off the island. Okay, as soon as that pillar fell, it's like panic set in way more. A lot of more panic started going around. People can't even escape. The rocks, they're crushing people. Okay, the Marines, they had to escort the Celestial Dragons off of the island. Okay, because they worked for them. I don't know where the God's Knights are at. They're still doing the hunt, I guess. I don't know. But the Marines are escorting the Celestial Dragons. Roger's crew has all the treasure they need. They got Shaggy, they got treasure chests, they got gold. They're leaving. But I noticed something right here in his chest with some Z's over it. Who could that be? I think that's Baby Shanks. Baby Shanks is getting off the island right now. And that kind of lets you know that the island really is doomed, okay? If Shanks is already getting off the island, and what I thought next, well, what happens next is what I thought would happen, okay? I think Dragon is in the same place, the same vicinity as Kuma. I think he is. I could be wrong, but I think he's in the same area. Kuma might have already poofed him off the island, okay? Maybe he sees him later. Because I got two things about Kuma, so let me just go into what he does here, and then I'll explain it. Because we see him here with Ivankov and Jenny, right? And then he sees somebody that needs to be saved, and he runs off to go save him. But before he does that, we see a panel of Captain John, who I think is super fucking useless, okay? Now, I said it earlier, but I think Captain John, as soon as I saw him having Captain Useless Mid. Okay, I'm not even gonna call him Captain Useless Kid. Fuck that name. I like the other name better because he really is useless in mid. He's weak. He's not doing anything with that magnet fruit, right? As soon as I saw Captain John with the same fruit, I thought, okay, hey, maybe he's different. Maybe he's gonna do something with it. I don't know. What happens? He gets his ass whooped. He gets a fucking booger flicked at him, and he's about to die. Okay, from a booger. And seeing him get hit by the booger also made me think, yo, this could be Thriller Bark. This could be Thriller Bark. If he died right here, the Gecko Moria would find his body on Thriller Bark. Hey, I don't know. I'm just saying. But anyway, Shiki, he's flying off. Now, I wondered, like, did Oda retcon or change the way his Devil Fruit works? Because he's flying low to the ground, right? You would think if you had a Devil Fruit to fly, you would just be higher in the sky, like just get the fuck out of there. But he's flying low to the ground. I don't know if that's like, if it's different now. I don't know. But the thing I was saying about Kuma, okay? So we see Zebek catch up to his family. She notices he's transformed into a demon, and she starts to talk to Teach. She says, you have to survive no matter what. We have to keep the Davy blood alive. They're trying to jump into the water. The Marines, okay, they're really fucking evil. They got the cold-hearted plans planned out all the way. Of course, the Marines are waiting on the edge of the island, surrounding it like it's a buster call, waiting for any signs of somebody to escape so they can shoot them with cannonballs. And if the cannonballs didn't work, if they jumped inside of the water somehow, I'm sure the Marines would have leaned over the edge of the ship, shooting rifles into the water, throwing bombs into the water. They would have backed the boats up and shot cannonballs into the water. Like, you're not getting off the island. If the God's Knights didn't kill you, you're done. That's why somebody like Kuma had to exist. If Kuma didn't exist on this island, right? No, not the Devil Fruit. Not the Devil Fruit. Think about it. Fuck the Devil Fruit. It's both of them. Because if somebody else got that Devil Fruit, they would have saved probably like 2 motherfuckers and then flew off and went home. And then the God Valley would have had a lot more bodies piled up on the soil. Okay? Shanks would have been dead. Well, not Shanks, my bad. Blackbeard would have been dead. Like, a lot of people would have been dead. Dragon probably would have died. I don't know what's going to happen to him, okay? So Kuma is the savior. He's like little baby Jesus, okay? He's saving everybody. He poofs away Eris and Teach. Now, there's 2 things about this. One, he didn't ask them, they didn't get the question asked to them, like, where do you want to go? So they didn't get that question asked about them. They didn't get sent to where they want to go. Who knows where they went? I mean, maybe it naturally sent them to Lelucia. Maybe it naturally sends you where you would like to go without Kuma even knowing that, right? Who knows? But he sent them away. They might be in Lelucia. They could be anywhere else. Kuma. Now, what I was saying earlier, Kuma, I don't know if there's a couple possible scenarios here, right? Before he came here, he could have sent away Ivankov and Jenny, okay? If he did not send Ivankov and Jenny away, then him poofing himself away here would mean that he's returning back to Ivankov and Jenny. That means they're still on the island, and he poofed himself away back to them. Or route B would be, before he came here, he poofed Ivankov and Jenny away, maybe even Dragon, and then he poofed himself away to the same place he sent all of them. For all we know, Eris and Teach could be with, the future Revolutionary Army right now for a little while. They could be. We don't know. Who knows? But that's what I was trying to say about Kuma. Like, under these circumstances, I know he poofed himself away, but where did he go? If he didn't leave the island, it's like, he wouldn't leave Jenny and Ivankov, on the island. So he's either still here or they're all gone already. Okay? So Next, we got, you know, Emu thinking that Rocks successfully killed his family. Okay, I gotta hurry this video up. My allergies are killing me. So he saw the explosion go off. He has no idea of the concept of a devil fruit that's making people disappear being on the island. You might question, okay, if his eyesight is good enough to see them running across the island from this far away, how come he didn't see a little fat boy dive in, touch them with his hands, and then they disappear? Well, maybe Rox's body was blocking that sight, right? He's staring at them from behind. You might also ask, okay, then, if Rox's body was blocking them, can't Emu see through Rox's eyes? Well, apparently not. He didn't take his body over. He just took his mind over, right? So apparently he can't see through Rox's eyes. He would have took his body over and did it himself, but he wanted Rox to do it. So Rox is the one doing it. So he can't see through Rox's eyes. He couldn't see from behind Rox. All he saw was Rox go to the edge of the island, which there is literally no escape from, because you would have to jump into the water, but you'd get hit by cannonballs before then, right? So he knew that he met them at the edge of the island. An explosion went off, and then they're not even there anymore. That's all he saw. He thinks they're dead, okay? Makes sense, makes sense. So we're getting to the end, the climax, the biggest part. Garp talking crazy to the Admiral, or whoever this is. He said, hurry up, Vice Admiral Garp. He said, no, you hurry up. Roger, he said, no, I'm cool. Let me know when everybody's on the ship. I'm out here doing something, okay? What do they got to do? Rox is chopping through his whole crew, killing everybody on the island. We got the two big dogs, the two biggest dogs at God Valley, getting ready to bark. They about to yell at this dude. They got Rox's attention. They thought it was a showdown, like a regular old fight. But then they start to hear that voice, the voice of all things, but it's not a thing. It's Sebek talking to them directly, asking, begging. He's crying, he's pleading. He said, can y'all kill me? Please, just kill me. So he wants them to kill him, okay? I didn't really expect this, but I did know that they were going to end up fighting. Because, I see a couple spoilers sometimes. So that was a prediction of mine. So I know everybody, right? They ended up being right. It was a prediction of mine and everybody that Eris and Teach would live. That ended up being right. I also saw that before the chapter. So I only saw two spoilers. Eris lived, Teach lived, and this would happen. I didn't know he begged for his life, though. I like that. He used the voice of all things. I think we seen Luffy do that in Wano when he was about to die. Didn't he speak? He spoke to Momonosuke and Law and his crew to let them know he was alive. So, yeah, you can do that apparently. I don't know what it is. Do you have to be a D member? I know you have to be like a D member or just somebody. What is it like? You need to be special to hear the voice of all things. I know that. But what do you need to project your voice to other people? What is that? How do you get that ability? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But this is the fight we've all been waiting for, right? And I knew, obviously we all knew, because it just wasn't lining up to be the way we thought it always was going to be, with what the story that we previously heard about God Valley, with Roger and Garp teaming up to protect celestial dragons, okay? We knew it wasn't going to be that for two reasons. One, Roger protecting celestial dragons and slaves never made sense. We always thought, okay, it's going to have to be some sort of circumstances, right? He didn't want to do it, but they had to. We needed to know how or why that was the case. Now we know that's not even the case at all, right? It was still a possibility that could have been the case. It could have been circumstances or happenstance, like he ended up having to protect or just fight with Garp. And indirectly, that's, him protecting celestial dragons to fight a bigger threat against the whole entire Rox crew, right? Because it was never just supposed to be him fighting 1v2. It was the whole crew versus these two. Now, none of that is even the case. There's no protecting celestial dragons. That whole story is it's a psyop. It's a Navy psyop. We know that for a fact. But the only parts that kind of align, the one thing that's kind of true that they can take and spin out and make a new truth out of, is the fact that Garp and Roger teamed up at God Valley to fight the biggest threat there, indirectly saving all of the people that were gonna die at God Valley. I mean, the rest of the people who are gonna die, because a lot of people are already dead. So this team up is going to save a lot of people indirectly, and it is quite literally still going to protect the celestial dragons. If he stops this dude, wait, hold on, wait. I can't say that for a fact, right? Emu wanted Rocks to kill everybody on the island. Was he gonna have him kill celestial dragons too, and the rest of the Marines and Navy? Because he's already swinging at Garp. He already killed a couple Navy people before, so was he gonna have Rocks kill everybody, even the celestial dragons and the Marines? I don't know. That's a big question. He said kill everybody, so hey, we're gonna have to find out. Snuff out every light of life left on the island. Yeah, that might have been it. Hey, listen, I think this is it for me. If I think anything else to add into the video, I'll put it in the comment. I think my speculation is done here. I think Eris and Teach got sent to Lelucia, okay? I think they got sent to Lelucia. I think Eris, I've been questioning, I've been wondering, how is Blackbeard as a kid going to know anything about himself in the future? Unless Zebek leaves him on a book, the book of Davy, or unless he just can inherit the knowledge because he's a special person. That's what the Buccaneers can do. They pass down memories or some shit, I don't know. Or dreams. But then now we see what it is. My third option was always, I think his mom is gonna live with him. She's gonna escape. And that's what happened. So she's gonna tell him about everything that Zebek has ever told her about. That means everything about the Willa D, possibly. All about the Davy clan and the king of the rats, aka Emu, and he's gonna get taught about who his father was and what crew he was on and what the members of his crew were. That's how he's gonna learn about Whitebeard, because I'm sure his wife knows. Oh, he's on a team with these people. We got the Big Mom, we got Whitebeard. All these legendary pirates and shit. Sure, she knows them. So yeah, that's how Teach is gonna know who he is. He's gonna understand what he is, because his mom is gonna tell him. Okay? She's gonna tell him what Zebek's goal was too, the 2 devil fruits, all of that, his plan, how he needs 2 devil fruits, and he needs a certain amount of power to fight and face the threat that is the world. And the world is something to even face. So he's gonna learn all of that from his mom. And Dragon, I think, like I said, he's either off the island already, but I still think Kuma is gonna be the one to do that. I can't see Dragon leaving the island on his own after all of this. And then even if he does, how would he end up magically meeting Kuma, Ivankov, and Jenny again? I don't see that happening, right? So yeah, I think he's gonna know Kuma from this day, and then they're gonna split apart, and then one day he's gonna come back yo, listen, I've been making this army, the Revolutionary Army. I remember what you did on that day at God Valley. Join my team. He's gonna ask him to join the team later on in the future. I don't know when that's gonna fit in his life, because we've seen Kuma's whole life flashback. I don't remember when he joined Dragon, so I probably gotta look at that again. But yeah. Anyway, I'm just talking at this point. Let me end this video. And yeah, that's it. Okay, boom. See, now I'm gonna chop that part out. Now I'm talking to the stream right now. See, I'm gonna chop that whole part out, and that's a YouTube video. I'm gonna upload it. Okay. As far as the stream goes, though, now I'm done with the video. I don't even know what to say. I think I'm just gonna end the stream. Honestly, the chapter was good, and I kind of did just say a whole lot about the chapter again after I read it live, because I just made that video. So I really have nothing left to say. I might have to, end this shit. So yeah, man, I'm gonna end this shit. If, like I said, I'm gonna drop that video. I'm upload it in like 15 minutes. You can go watch it. And I'll put something in the comments if I think anything else. Or I'll just drop another video. Fuck it. I might just drop another video. Yeah. That's the better option. But yeah. Fuck with the stream, hit that button. You know which button I'm talking about. You ain't gotta hit it. You can hit it also, no choice. But the stream is over. I'm out. I'll see y'all next Sunday. If there's another chapter. I don't know. Please be another chapter older. Drop another chapter older. Do it. You gotta do it.